everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to shoot a video in a cemetery. This video is inspired by one of my new YouTube friends named East Florida Explorer, and I'm going to link his channel down below. I really enjoy watching his videos because every Sunday he takes his camera to a cemetery near where he lives. I believe he's up a little bit north of me towards like Volusia County. But he takes his camera around a cemetery and just explores and looks at some grave sites and tombstones. And I thought that would be really fun. I gotta be honest, it's a little creepy being in a cemetery all alone by myself, but I know of a really pretty cemetery here in Brevard County and I really want to show you. So shout out to East Florida Explorer for the idea. I want to take you to look at a gorgeous old cemetery. It's called the Georgiana Cemetery and it's on Merritt Island. Let's go. Okay everybody, this is the Georgiana Cemetery on Merritt Island. I have been here before and I absolutely love this cemetery because as you can see, it is so shady and green and I love that Spanish moss. I talk about it all the time on our channel, how much I love it. I think it's so pretty. There are some old grave sites and monuments here. This is one of the first ones that jumps out at me. Rose Standish, daughter of William and Mary Munson, wife of Reverend O.B. Thayer, born March 1855, died February 1891. Oh, she was buried in Delaware, Wisconsin, so she's not actually here. It's just a marker. As you can see, looks like some of the marker has kind of fallen off. That spooked me. See if I can find a respectful way to step around this. The back panel of this monument. Oh, can you see the lizard? Not gonna lie, I'm here in the cemetery all alone by myself and it can be a little bit spooky. As you see right here, I don't want to step on anyone's grave and it looks like we got a little bit of sunken ground right there, but there's the word Mary in the ground. And as you can see, the back panel of her monument is actually busted off. I want to be as respectful as I can. Try not to step on anyone's grave site if I can help it. Sometimes it's hard to tell though. Please bear with me. I just bought a gimbal and I'm trying to learn how to use it. So this footage might be just a little bit shaky. I can't seem to figure out sometimes how to get it to recenter and lock in, but as you see over here, we've got some people buried near the base of the tree and either the roots or the grave itself is falling in. I'd like to walk over there, but I don't. I'm not sure exactly where the path is. I think it's right here. Oh, spiderweb. Bailey, 1834 to 1910. Holmes, Bruner. I really like this. Let's go up a little bit and zoom you in here. This Chester monument that actually looks like a giant rock. I really like that. Again, pardon me if this footage is a little shaky. I am trying to get used to a new gimbal. It's here to help me steady the phone, but it's a little tough to use. Love the Spanish moss. Over here is something you don't want to see in a cemetery, but I don't want to step any closer because I don't want to spook him, but right there we're gonna have a gopher turtle. He's not out of his nest, he's down inside it right now. What a creepy place to build his nest, right? He is right here in the middle of this whole little section. Here's a monument that's quite busted up. It says Mary, infant daughter of Albert and Ellen Baldwin. And over here is Albert, at least his monument. I'm not sure exactly which spot he's in. And Alice. It's quite busted up, you see. All right, let's get back on the path here. Sorry guys, I wish I could get you to stay in the center. Hugh Keene. Huck Keene Hughes? Hugh Keene Hughes? 1838 to 1921. Seems to be a whole Hughes family right here. And they have a marker with the H on either side of their row. Over here, I've been to this cemetery before, and it was the same way when I was here before. This tombstone, this monument says James L. Carpenter, September 1899 to July of 1904, so he was almost 5 when he passed away. But somebody still brings him toys like this little plastic rhino toys. And then over there is Sidney Carpenter, 1861 to 1903. Francis M. Pierce. I guess Francis was the husband and Mary E. White, his wife. I never can remember how to spell Francis, if it's a man or a woman. But I believe there's a path through here. We've got Gilbreth, Bruner, Gilbreth, wife of a Bruner, over here, and these. I'm just making an assumption that these are children. I don't actually know, but they're very small plots compared. Oh, that scared me. Did y'all hear that? It's a big old bird in the tree behind me. Again, I'm gonna stick to the paths and not walk across anybody. But what we got here? White and Bauer, May Lois, J. Brady, another Reverend James H. O grave, where is thy victory? And know that my Redeemer liveth. I'd love to get over there. See if I can straighten you up. But I'm not gonna try to climb over all these. I'd like to see that cross tombstone. Isn't this cemetery beautiful? I know it's surrounded by homes. And you can hear some landscaping going on in the background. But This is one of the prettiest cemeteries. And it doesn't seem like Michael and I have found very many cemeteries since we moved to Florida. There's a lot of memorial gardens, but actual cemeteries, a little less common. Lindabury. It's beautiful. Kind of a rock there. Looks like over here we've got a monument that's seen better days. Definitely don't want to. Oh, actually that looks like it's on top of another gopher turtle nest. Do you see? There's a squirrel over there too. I don't want to scare him. I'm gonna guess that's a gopher turtle nest, but I don't know that for sure. It's kind of hard to tell. Hey, squirrel. Squirrels aren't afraid of anything. Yes, if anybody wants to know, it's a little bit creepy being in a cemetery all by yourself. But it's also very peaceful too. It's kind of a juxtaposition of creepy and calming. I have always enjoyed walking around cemeteries. Michael and I used to do a lot of cemeteries when we lived in Charlotte. He would get out if it was a cemetery that had paved roads, and he would do his runs in the morning, and I would walk our pup. But like I said, we haven't seen too many. Oh, another child. This one, oops, let me put you down. Sorry about that. Charles Doherty. He was a Freemason, it looks like. 1886 to 1935, and then over here, whoops, wrong way, guys. I'm so sorry. Charles Norwood Stewart, September of 1914, April of 1915. And as you can see, just like with the other one, somebody comes frequently and brings toys to these little grave sites. I think that's so cute. Here's our sign. It's in the middle of the cemetery. Never mind that house in the background. I don't want to snoop on them. Georgiana Cemetery. Daytime visitors welcome. Grounds closed after dark. Zoom you out. I am so sorry if you're getting seasick with this footage. I'm doing my best. I'm not very good at technology, and this has been a little tough for me, but I'm working on it. I want my footage to be better. It's just going to take a learning curve. Some provosts, Charles and Gertrude. Gosh, I'd really like to see that monument too, but I don't feel comfortable walking over there. I'm sticking to the main path. I'm not as brave as some people. All right, we're getting into a few more modern tombstones. You can see there's a whole Incy family buried here, and they all have the same flowers. I'm seeing 1921 to 1997, 21 to 08, U.S. Army, World War II. Died in, I believe that says 19... Oh gosh, I can't read it from here. We gotta go check out that dog somehow. Do you see that over there? Are you gonna be able to see it well enough, or do I need to go over there? Oh, you can totally see it. It's like a German Shepherd. And then over here, nope, not that way, that way. Got another plot of graves that seem to be sinking. Same with over there. They seem to be sinking. All right, let's zoom out. The most famous grave, as far as I know, that's buried here in this cemetery is right here. And it is marked with this red reflector. This is Ethel Allen. I have done a whole separate video on Ethel Allen because that's one of Merritt Island's big mysteries. This girl was just a teenager. I think she was 18 or 19 when at first she disappeared and was later found murdered. And it's a really sad story. It's thought that this cemetery is haunted. So a lot of people frequent this cemetery to visit her grave. Over here we got a little make your dogs be respectful sign. Isn't this cemetery so beautiful though? I know you can't smell them, but right over, I have to push the button to turn left when I want to turn right. Sorry about this. I'm gonna get used to it eventually, I promise. These, I don't know if they're gardenias or what they are, but they smell absolutely heavenly. I mean, better than any perfume. Just gorgeous. They smell so pretty. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. We've got family coming to visit a gravesite walking in behind me, and I don't want to disturb their peace, especially since I don't have a family member buried here. But I wanted to show you the last of the cemetery, and oops, I'm sorry, gotta go up to go down and down to go up. Some more beautiful Spanish moss. I never get tired of Spanish moss. I think it's so pretty. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for your Cemetery Sunday. I don't want to film this family coming up behind me, so I'm gonna take you up in the trees again and let you go. Film an outro when I get back to the car. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that cemetery walkthrough. I cut it a little bit shorter than I wanted to, but I think we saw some of the prettiest tombstones here. I didn't want to bother this family that had showed up to pay respects to a gravesite. So shout out to East Florida Explorer for this idea. I had a really good time. I have always loved going to cemeteries, but usually I'm with somebody else. So this time being all by myself, that was a new experience. I enjoyed it. I think this is probably the prettiest cemetery I've ever seen since we've moved to Florida, and I really wanted to show it to you. Go check out his channel. It is linked down below. He does all kinds of cool Florida adventures I think you will like. And guys, I'll see you another day in another adventure. Bye, everybody.